Oh, hey, let's do the last one of these. I went ahead and built a Giga Clean team, a fast team, a murder team to be able to clear this. And one where I was like, screw it, I'm using limited units. I'm just going to min-max this out to try to make it a quick clear so I don't have to do it again, because the one I made a video on works, but oh god, this one's just easier. So Celine jumps in, does her extra hit. Go ahead and S3 for some extra damage here. And let's see, let's attack buff you. Wait a minute. What the hell is he doing here? Sorry, guys. Because if you're looking for a really easy way to grind through the epic hell, this is an improvement to my last video, right? You want to run a Senya, you want to make sure she's got over 200 ER, which is pretty easy if you put this artifact on, and try to keep around 85 effectiveness because you want to stick the debuffs. You want to stick both of her provokes. Then you can just run 2 green DPS units. I found so far Celine on Secret Art Storm Sword, just a standard build. I didn't change anything about her. And Zahak, just a standard build. The only thing I changed about him is I put him on attack boots to make sure he was the highest attack unit on the team. You want him to take the curse because he's got the non-attack skill. And Daydream Joker's nice for extra damage. On this team, run Bologna. Architect my own destruction here. You want her to have 85% effectiveness. I'm running her a little bit low right now, and that's probably part of the problem. Daydream Joker lets her hit like a truck in this. Vivian, you want to be the fastest unit on the team. Vivian, I've just got on Time Matter. It doesn't really matter what artifact you put her on. Dispelling 1 buff from all allies is nice, but I don't think it's necessary because we're just going to burst the enemy down. So just build her fast enough to go first and with a good chunk of damage. And Vildred, build him to go last. It was pretty easy. I shifted him to attack boots, and now he goes last in the turn rotation, especially with his plus 12 speed to the entire team. Daydream Joker for extra damage. And then the last team, I'm running Maid Chloe. In place of Maid Chloe, you could run Sinful Angelica. She gives you more attack, but you have to be careful about her speed with the dual attacks. Maid Chloe gives me backup plans so that if my Stenny dies, my Stenny can come back to life and finish the job. She doesn't really need anything other than to be there and be fast enough to go first and cleanse and do the attack buff. Assyria, you want on the team to give the defense break, run her on Song of Stars for the target. That's all she needs. And Specter Tenebria, you could put her on Tag's Book or on Daydream Joker. I seem to find Daydream Joker hits just a little bit harder than the extra burn from Book. And that's it. Pet, currency pet enabled, and go. Proc Celine into the attack. You'll notice that Zahak's the one that got the curse because he's got the highest attack on the team. He uses his non-attack skill that gets rid of the curse. And we'll just S3 the boss for some good damage. Now you want to provoke at least one of the trees with this, ideally both of them. If you don't provoke either of the trees, just start over. Both provoked. Celine can hit the boss for some extra damage. We want to chip it down. We got to get it down to the 70% mark to push phase. The trees attack because of the 200 ER. They can't strip the counter buff. That lets her constantly reapply the provoke, get the extra hits in, do more damage. Just in case Celine hits hard enough to kill here, I'm just going to provoke one of the trees. That's the 5th hit that got rid of the destruction buff. And that is not quite enough. Provoke keeps the provokes on. And this will trigger Storm Sword, which pushes phase. There we go. Pretty consistent, clean way to do phase 1. Phase 2, our RNG is sticking the defense buff with Bologna. If we don't stick the defense break, we have to restart. So let's start by getting immunity up and attack buffs so that everybody can hit really, really hard and doesn't get debuffed. Bologna, please stick your defense break. You can do it, girl. Show him the greatest magic. There we go. As long as we get the defense break, we are good to go. Well, Vildred S1 here. He kills the shroom, activating the extra attack. We'll go ahead and S2 here. Kill the last shroom. Proccing an extra hit. Killed my Vildred. How rude. Do an S1. Do an S1. Ouch. Do an S1 into Butterfly Fan, and that should clear. So even though that went horribly wrong and everybody died, we still cleared. It's a very consistent way to clear Phase 2. Sometimes people die, sometimes they don't, but I don't think I've had that phase fail, except when I don't get the defense break. Now let's cleanse all this stigma, and we'll get Raise. This is what makes Stenny, or what makes made Chloe really nice here, is if Stenny should happen to die. This will let her come back to life, and I can also reset Maid so that if she gets the Raise buff stripped and dies, I can still have Maid bring her back a second time. Now we're going to go and we're going to stick buff block, or sorry, we're going to stick defense break and target. It's going to happen. Issaria has never let me down yet. Best elf in the world, bar none. Show me what you got, Issaria. Never doubted, never doubted. And as long as we get the target and the defense buff, the fight should be over. So now we just burn for a big hit, and then we burn again. Because remember, Stenny's S1 can't be countered, so you're safe to burn. Burn, 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 baby, burn. And then we drop in the S3, and it's over, just like that. This was so much better than the last video. I hope for those of you who are still struggling with it that this team helps out. It's very clean, it's very consistent. Breeze through it much, much faster. Hope this guy helps you guys out. If you want to replace Specter Tenebria with Baiken, she works as well, but I found Stenny just has like practically no RNG to her other than the defense breaks. You've got two 15% checks. You've got to stick the defense break with Bologna. You've got to stick the defense break with Issaria. I mean, sure, you got to stick the provokes on round one, but it's round one. If you don't stick them, just restart it. It's not a big deal. This will let you cleave through it very, very quickly and get the last bit of rewards you need to buy out the shop. Hope this helps you guys out.